Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Before I start today's video, I just want to apologize for the really ugly background. Currently my room is just filled with boxes because I'm moving into my new apartment soon. So please excuse that. This was the cleanest part of my room that I could find. But for today's video, I wanted to share some of the advice that I have for incoming college students. My first year at UC Davis was absolutely incredible, and honestly it went by way too fast. I hope you all have the best time during your first year of college, and I wish you the best. And let's go ahead and get started with the video. So my first piece of advice is to be really excited for orientation. I truly believe that having high energy and having a positive outlook, no matter the event or the circumstance, is everything. I ended up meeting my roommate. She was the first person I talked to during orientation, and then two of my bestest friends today, Juliana and Michelle, because they had the same major as me and were in the same orientation group. But I met some of the best people during orientation who I still am really close to, and they really made my freshman year memorable and special. So definitely take orientation seriously, try to talk to a lot of people, and yeah, put yourself out there. My second piece of advice, one that I personally didn't take until my last quarter of freshman year, but it's just to not stress about creating your schedules. As freshmen, we have last priority. We're bottom of the list. So personally, I went into college with close to 45 or something like that number of units. So I was all done with my GEs and I was ready to take my major classes. And a lot of classes I just couldn't get into because sophomores or juniors or seniors were taking them. And some classes had really long wait lists, up to 60, 70 people, so it was pretty stressful for me. But, you know, I just had to trust that everything will work out. Don't worry, don't stress about your schedule. I ended up taking some GEs because they were interesting, even though I didn't need them. I took an Intro to African Studies class, which ended up being one of my favorite classes that I took just because the professor was amazing. And there are classes that you need for your major that are really big classes, like calculus, that will have so many sections, and they'll have enough seats, like 300 seats. So you'll be fine, everything will work out, don't stress. So my next piece of advice is to really use the resources that are offered at your university. Personally for me, I utilized free tutoring. It was nice because in the dorms they had a tutoring center set up and also multiple parts of campus. So it was really nice to just get help whenever. I used it mainly for calculus, even though I really like math. College math versus high school math is very different, and it was really nice getting some extra help from one-on-one tutors. And also I went to the writing tutors a lot just to have an extra eye, a look over my essays and papers that I had to submit. And another resource that I really used was my major advisor. Me coming in with special circumstances, having a lot of units completed already and wanting to double minor, I wanted to make sure that I could graduate on time. So I met with my major advisor multiple times to create a 4-year graduation plan, to figure out the order of courses that I should take, because for my major I have to take a lot of classes before I can take other ones because there's a lot of prerequisites. So I wanted to make sure that I was aware and knowledgeable about those things. And lastly, I really used office hours. I talked to professors and my TAs a lot just to make sure I was doing well in the class, just to make sure that I learned the mistakes that I made on the tests, why I got certain points off in the paper, so I could always improve in my academics. So yeah, definitely use resources. It will be a major help, especially as a first year. So my next piece of advice is to switch up your study space. So for me, I started off, studying at the library, which turns out for me it wasn't the best place to study just because it was so packed. Finding an outlet was a nightmare. I couldn't eat in the library, which I love to snack while I'm studying. So at first I thought the library was the way to go. It really wasn't, not for me. I ended up really liking the coffee house that's on campus. They have tables and bars, and it's really nice to study there. I study at the Memorial Union a lot, and at the dorms they have study lounges, and there was multiple areas of campus, like different centers and whatnot, that had really nice study spaces. So if I was in the mood to study outside, I would find like a patio. If I wanted to go somewhere with coffee, like it just was really nice, just switching up my study space, and I started assigning different study spaces to different things. So I'd use one location where I knew I'd get the best writing done, for example. So it was really nice to just like switch up the study space instead of trying to force myself. That library was the way to go, which it totally wasn't for me. And on to my last piece of advice. I think this is the most important one that I will be talking about, and it's to be involved. I know as a first year it's a little bit scary putting yourself out there, but that's what I did this past year, and it really paid off. I joined 2 amazing organizations that are professional, but they're also personal and fun. I got to meet a lot of upperclassmen that I don't think I necessarily would have formed such a tight of a connection if I had met them just outside of these clubs, but they really took me in. There's just great people that I met that really took me under their wing, helped me out picking classes, talking to me about professors, about the major, and also just giving me connections and opportunities. And I'm really excited because next year I have leadership roles in both of those organizations, so it means a lot to me that the past leadership team had confidence and faith in me and are just pushing me to, you know, just continue to work harder. And it's really been a rewarding experience being part of those 2 organizations, and it's really nice to have something else to focus on besides academics and your social life. So yeah, just being involved in the UC Davis campus in the community was so great. So, you know, join a sports team, join a club. It's really one of the best things I think of my first year at Davis, was just joining those organizations and finding great people and making friends and building those connections was absolutely amazing. That is it for today's video. I actually had a notebook because I tend to ramble and I really wanted to stay on track and just narrow down my points for this video. But thank you so much for watching. I genuinely hope that it was helpful to you, and if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them, or let you know what I think at least. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do that. I have some very exciting videos coming up, including a few college ones and then some move-in vlogs, because I'll be moving into my first apartment, which I'm really excited about. So make sure you tune in for that. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in a video next time. Bye.